Well, it's Chris Oldhouse again. Hello there. How are you? It's day 32 at this fun little job I've been doing here. Been here for about an hour, and the homeowner helped me put in the microwave. Take a look. So, as you see, we got the old microwave in, or I guess I should say new microwave. Looks quite nice here above the stove. We thought it was like a little low at first. We're like, oh, geez, is that too low? But it's actually 1 inch higher than the recommended height, which is 54 inches from the floor. So this is kind of fancy. The screen is on the door. See, you take it off. It's not over here like it usually is. So it's all this info that, let's face it, no one ever uses. Does anyone ever really read this stuff? Like literally, how does it know it's a potato? But then there was, what happened? Oh, I was going to start to cut the holes in the ceiling for the recessed lighting. And I got one of these things that spins around and cuts a circle. It's got like a plastic thing to hold the dust in. And I used it one time and it broke. So, crap. Everything's crap. Oh, and so I'm going to see what I can do with this. But got a replacement door for the kitchen cabinets. And it arrived looking like this. Yes. So, it's very difficult apparently to send a door in the mail. So I let the people know at Lowe's, and they're going to replace it once again. So it'll get here. But anyway, I'm going to work on these ceiling lights today. But I do need to run out and get 3 lead BX because for some reason I didn't buy it. So I'll either do that or I'll work on other things. Okay, now here's where we're at. I have drilled the holes in the ceiling for the 6 can lights. Those square holes are the vents for the AC. The problem I'm having now is that right over here is one of those switches there is the switch for the lights here in the living room. That's no big deal. They go up to a junction box right here that used to go to the track lighting. Very easy to run something to these new lights. Where are they? There and down there. But the problem is that this light over here only had 1 switch before, and I need another switch by the front door. And to do that, I need to run 3 lead wire, because some of these have nice metal conduits where you can pull wires through and some of them don't. And what I need does not. So my question is, do I make a bunch of holes in the wall? I got 1 hole there already by the front door because I want to see, the idea is to put a switch here so when you walk in, you go click, you turn the lights on in this room, and then you can turn them off over there by the kitchen. So you have both directions. And there is an 18-inch crawl space, though you can't see it. There is an 18-inch crawl space up there. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut a hole in the ceiling right down there, because it's just drywall. And first of all, look up in there, gain access to having to cut holes for wires, and maybe crawl up in there, because any chance I can get to crawl around like a little mole, I have to do it. Plus, you never know when there is gold stored up in the ceiling. Usually never, but I suppose it could be. One time, I was working in an old house, and I was in an attic area, and I would joke like, "Oh, there's a bag of money up here. I wonder if there's a bag of money up here." And don't you know, I found one of those old canvas bags that said California Savings Bank, and it was in the attic space between the rafters. So it was empty, but it was still pretty cool. Anyway. And so here we are at the end of another day. Well, end of the working day anyway. I'm going to go home and eat some food. I enjoy food. Try to do it every day. Eat it, that is. Anyway, got the living room ceiling figured out. Got the 6 holes there, as you saw from before. Going to run from the switch here. Going to run a 3 lead up to my fish tape, which is there. and goes all the way across the room, oops, to over here, where it's coming out this hole for a light, and then over here at the box is, once I get the wire over to here, it's got to go to this box. So I'm going to tie in my 3 leads from that switch over there, and then the switch that's right down here is already got the lines running up to it, which I was able to pull through this conduit over here. I ended up pulling out the 3 big old thick lines that were there and pulled 5 through that. So my dimmers are ready to go for the kitchen, the single pole dimmer for the kitchen, which is just that. And then this is going to be the 3-way dimmer for the living room. So that's it for today. Just a lot of wiring, was one of the few times that I'm glad that I'm 5'5" and 140 pounds, because I had to crawl up above the ceiling in the crawl space up there, which is about 18 inches. Crawling on top of ceiling joists through cobwebs, which are really just old webs and a lot of dust. But I wore a mask, because sometimes I do. Then again, it is good to be pushing 57 years old and still crawl around like I did when I was 21. So knock wood, and thank you to whatever force has allowed me to remain a healthy person. Anyway, thank you very much once again for watching. If you like what you're seeing with these videos, or if anyone sees them, I'd encourage you, if you could, please to like, to subscribe, and remember to hit the little notification bell, and comment if you would, because it does help the channel grow. Until Monday, today being Saturday, until Monday, thank you very much for watching Chris Old House.